Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Quick and Easy Cooking with Mimi. I'm Mimi. I've been using my Thermomix since 30th of July 2018, and I've been a Thermomix cooking advisor since October 2018. I've also been a team manager for the past year, and I love my Thermomix because it helps make my life so much easier, especially that I'm working and I have 6 children, ranging from, how old are they now? 8 years old and 22 years old. So today I'm going to be showing to you easy peasy strawberry jam. It's the easiest thing ever. The hardest part is squeezing the lemon bit. Literally. Okay, so there are several recipes on Cookie Dough for strawberry jam, but the one that I like, I've tried a lot of them, and the one that I like is the one that includes a bit of green apple. And I'm going to show you that you can tweak the Cookie Dough recipe as you go along, because like for today, I only have about 250 grams of strawberries. So it shouldn't stop you from making jam, even if the recipe calls for 500 grams. So as usual, when we tap on this arrow down here, we can see the ingredients. It's probably not so clear on the screen, but when you get your Thermomix, it's very clear, and you can see the ingredients on this side, and then you can see the steps on this side. And as we go along, I'm going to tweak it a little bit because, for example, I want my apple to be chopped very finely, but I don't want my strawberries fine. My family likes the strawberries chunky, so I'm going to do a little twist, a little tweak when we make the jam. Okay, so looking through the steps would give you an idea of what's going to happen so that you can be prepared. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam, Sister Mariana. Hi, Mijay. Today I'm making strawberry jam and I'm showing you how to tweak them a little bit. Okay, so we're going to start cooking by tapping on the green button right here. And because it's strawberry jam, it starts off by asking us to put the strawberries. So as usual, we're going to use our built-in weighing scale, very, very handy. And we tap on tare to make the scale reset to 0. So I've got my strawberries right here. I washed them and I only removed the stems. I didn't even cut. I just pulled the whole thing off because I want to maximize my strawberries. So sometimes you get in the market slightly overripe berries. Those are fine. You just cut off any of the bits that you're not comfortable with, and the rest of it can go into your jam. It's a good opportunity to make jam, all those fruits that, you know, are marked down 50% or so. So these are on sale today. Normally it's about $14.99. I got these for $11.99. So a very good deal. But on purpose, I took only one packet to show you that even though the recipe says 500, you can still make your jam with a smaller quantity. So I'm just gonna dump the whole thing in here. My bowl is empty. Okay. So that's 270 grams. It's a little more than what was mentioned in the packet, which is good. Wait, hang on. Actually, it's about 256. My lid was leaning on the Thermomix. And next is 20 grams of lemon juice. So basically we're doing half of the recipe. So I'm also going to put in only half of the lemon juice. This is the annoying part, the actual squeezing of the lemon juice. If you've seen my previous shows, making lemonade is so easy with the Thermomix. But squeezing out the lemon juice like this is still a pain. So, you know, you do it the normal way. You cut it into half and then you squeeze out the juice. So this is literally the hardest thing you have to do for this recipe. So instead of 20 grams, we're only going to put in 10. But again, if you're fine with it, up to you. You can totally change things up. This is for the color and also helps in the thickening of the jam. Okay, so now it's asking for 200 grams of white sugar, and because we're only doing half, I can actually do 100 grams. So if it's 500 grams of sugar and 200 grams of fruit, so that's what ratio is that? About about 30% sugar. So because we are using, in fact, I'm gonna reverse a bit and change my recipe a little bit. I'm gonna take out the strawberries because I want to chop my apples first. Because after the sugar is the apple. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out my strawberries because I want to chop my apples first. I've already weighed my strawberries. See, this is where you can play around a bit. And I'm gonna do my apples. Cored, you have to remove the core, and then I soak them in water so that they don't oxidize, and I only cut them into quarters because they should be of a size that can go through the mixing bowl, the whole of the mixing bowl lid. Okay, so I'm gonna dump this in because I want these to be chopped finely. So this is not a step. This is actually not included in the steps, so I'm gonna do this manually. I'll tap on home. And I'm going to chop this for about 5 seconds on speed 5. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want my apple to be barely there, but I want my strawberries to be nice and chunky. So it looks something like this. I actually left one strawberry inside. It's fine, because I've still got most of the strawberries in here with the lemon juice earlier. And then now I'm gonna add 100 grams of sugar. So I tare it first, and then 100 grams of sugar. If you want a sugar-free version, there's another recipe. You don't use this one. There's a recipe that includes chia seeds, because the chia seeds will act as the thickener for the jam. So for certain recipes, we cannot just arbitrarily change the key ingredients because it would change the consistency of the product, particularly for jam, because jam relies on sugar for thickening the jam. Okay, and next would be the apple, which I've already put in. And this is the part that many users who are new to Thermomix, I'm just going to scrape it down. It says to place the simmering basket instead of the measuring cup on the mixing bowl lid. So all this means, okay, remember I mentioned before, by default, if the recipe doesn't tell you anything, by default you should always put the measuring cup. But this time it says instead of the measuring cup, that means we remove the measuring cup, we're going to use the simmering basket on top. So you literally just put it on top, just like this, exactly like this. Then all you have to do is to set it at 25, it's already set for us, 25 degrees Celsius, Baroma, and we just move it to speed 1. In fact, I'm even going to reverse this because I want my strawberries to be, to minimize the crushing of the fruit. And that's it. We turn it on and we leave it, literally. I used to make this before I'd go pick up my son from school. I'd turn this on, I leave it, I go and pick up my son. When I come back, it's done. Okay. And then when it's done, what you need to do before you start making the jam, you should actually sterilize your jars. I like to use these little jars. I can fit about 7 of these in my Varoma. And my Varoma is this one. This is the Varoma. So I can fit about 7 of these inside. And what I do is after cleaning them, I put them upside down together with the lid and I sterilize them in my Varoma. So I steam it in my Varoma and then I leave it to dry. I put like a clean cloth and I put it upside down in a clean cloth so that when I pack my jam into these tiny jars, they can last a long time. Okay, and even though sometimes I don't, if you have a large family like mine, sometimes I don't sterilize my jars because I know they're going to finish in a short period of time. Still, they last quite a while. But as long as you keep it in the fridge and you use a clean spoon every time you use. And one very nice tip, what you can do, when you are done with your jam, you take it out immediately and you pack in your sterilized jars. And then what you do is to put the lid on tightly and then you turn it upside down. By doing this until it cools down, it will actually create a vacuum so that when you open up your lid, it's gonna pop as though, you know, like something store-bought. So that's the way to do it. You fill up your jar when it's still hot, and then you turn it upside down until it cools down, and then you can keep it in the fridge once it's in room temperature, and that will create a vacuum for your jar. So when you're done, the jam will be a bit runny at first, but as it cools down, it will thicken up a little bit. And this is the finished product, already partially eaten, but I'm just gonna show you how it looks like. It will look something like this. It's so good. I can't describe to you how nice it is. So I'm gonna put some on my slice of sourdough bread that I made last night. It's so good. So good. It's also very good with my scones recipe. So enjoy. Very nice. So go make the strawberry jam today and thank yourself, because it tastes so much better than the commercially bought ones. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Quick and easy cooking with Mimi. Assalamualaikum and thank you. Bye-bye.